The concept.
And somebody, I think we're having a discussion before, and this is where somebody brought up the issue of aping.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever is done in the West, we are quick to copy paste.
Exactly.
But the question is, us here who live here in the diaspora, are we quick to copy paste as our brothers and sisters in the motherland?
See, that's an interesting part. I think times have been changing. Times have been changing, and by the time when you came here in the late 90s, I think was it in the late 90s or was it the late 80s?
Oh, damn.
No, that is Omosh.
Okay,
that's Omosh.
Anyway,
early 70s for Omosh.
but I'm saying things have really changed. Things have really changed in the sense that now there's a lot of things that we look back home.
Yes,
we look back home towards. It was never like that.
Yes.
You know, there are so many things, like when it comes to entertainment, music, there's
food,
so many things.
Culture, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was a time when, like when you come here, it was good riddance. Like, I don't care.
I'm done.
I don't even want to talk Swa. I know people who started talking Swa when they came here.
My yo-yo, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
In Kenya.
Even if you're my people from the slopes.
Yeah.
And you're putting those are errors.
Was it?
Yeah.
Those are my peoples.
Yeah, in Kenya.
20 back.
Yeah, in Kenya there were guys of Dundaing,
Yes.
Bandaing, Kwendaing, and Zubaing.
Now we are the ones who are doing so.
They're chomokaing.
Chomokaing.
Yeah. And also see how much influence, like Kenyan artists now have even on us out here, like
Dundaing.
Like Dundaing, for example.
I mean, even with the Kina Isa, Kina Nameless, Kina Red Sun, those guys, they craft lingo nowadays. Yeah, crafted lingo for us.
But then I think now we need to start looking at to look more towards culture. Like the way the Chinese, for example, or the Spanish people on so many
Ethiopians.
things.
They have their own culture.
Yeah,
and you cannot penetrate it.
But we also, the thing is, we also do have our own culture. I know we like looking at ourselves.
No, we do.
But like he said, we just copy and paste. It's like we're so glad to take someone else's anything instead of accepting our own.
Yeah.
You know?
Again, you're tuned into the One Mic Show. The number to call is 202-683-4570. Press *5 to speak. Want to welcome all the new listeners. Naona Lawrence Kihanya ameingia pale. Karibu sana, Lawrence. Give us your views on this. We've been talking about so many different topics here. We're talking about, Justice Smollett. We talked about, the Supreme Court and in Kenya and the decriminalization of gay behavior. There was to be a ruling today. It did not happen. It was postponed.
I think they were quick to go there dressed and everything. I think they should have waited.
Yeah.
Once the ruling and if it's an okay, then they come out dressing.
Yeah. But I think it's also
but the thing is,
I also agree.
Today was the day they were told that they were going to get a ruling.
Yes,
but
I
then
agree.
The judge said that they received a lot of material that they have to go through so that they can be able to give a ruling that's justified. So that is why the judges asked for an extension.
Okay, all right, and those people are still gonna come out again. But then again, in as much as we, like I said, we are the generation where we are uko na uku. I think it's also very important, as we move forward and as people are becoming more progressive on these issues, it's very important for people to remember that there are people who still are very religious.
Yes,
and to respect that, because I see sometimes that line is now generally crossed. Where, like what we were accusing, what people were accusing of the religious people of doing is now being done by them.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
But they're the biggest hypocrites.
So I think people need to be very careful. Even if we say, like the religious people are hypocrites and what, but you don't want to get to that point where now you're the ones who are doing what you are accusing them of doing for a very long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because remember, when it comes to freedom of religion, it's not only freedom of religion, it's freedom of religion and free practice thereof.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's where I think sometimes if the idea of polygamy is challenged in the U.S. Supreme Court, someone might win, because you can argue that you're stopping someone because in certain religions like Islam, marriage is an act of faith. It's an act of faith, so telling someone, you can't marry a second wife is like telling them you can't practice your religion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is already covered in the First
snap.
Amendment.
Yeah. So I think nobody wants to do that, but if
But
somebody
somebody
did
will.
it,
Somebody will.
I mean, the way the Supreme Court is set up right now, it's a bit complicated.
Oh yeah, the
But-
conservatives for
I
another
mean,
40 years.
Didn't they go all the way to the Supreme Court over that cake situation?
Yeah, the cake situation got to the Supreme Court.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
this is
So this is
gonna go.
this is another
If they
situation.
have the right people bring it with the right case, why
Mhm.
not?
Yeah.